have to congratulate him because he knows I'm always in his favor.
And you had a little bit of a difficult day the next day after Pitt won the ACC Championship. You decided to, have a few fish bowls to yourself.
I don't pretend I'm in college anymore, but I did.
Okay. Did you drink the most of your friends, or did somebody else drink you under the table?
I think my friend Dave Martin, he's here. I think he drank me under the table.
So Dave drank more than you drank.
Yes, I think he did.
You think he did?
Yeah.
Who brought you home?
This is terrible because I would be upset if my son drove in my condition.
Yeah, but you got home safely.
Yes. Well, we ended up at another bar near my home.
Okay.
Wally's up on the top of the hill there.
Okay. All right.
And well, it was not feeling good.
So, what made you drink? Just excitement?
What makes anybody drink?
Well, your Pitt Panthers were playing. I mean, I would think you'd want to be coherent enough to see them win. Do you remember that they won? I'm just asking.
Yes, of course.
I don't know how far gone you were.
No, I wasn't that bad.
Okay. So, but you got to see them win. Pitt Panthers. You won a national championship with them. Did you get in touch with Dorsett after that one?
We were at the establishment watching the game.
Yeah.
And David Martin's son was with us.
Okay.
He's in his early 20s.
Okay.
And he was right in there with the upper bracket as far as the drinking can go.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I kind of felt they're doing like there's a challenge out there or something.
Yeah. Do you feel like you won the challenge?
Oh, yes. From what I can remember.
So, but does it take anything away from Pitt that it wasn't Clemson this year in the championship? Do you feel like it took anything away from you guys?
No, we always like to beat Clemson. I think everybody in the ACC wants to beat Clemson.
Right.
But they weren't the team really to have to beat this year. It was Wake Forest.
Yeah.
And we did it soundly, I think.
You did.
I'll be honest with you, I was shocked that the way Pitt came on in that second half. I was so impressed.
Can we discuss the Kenny Pickett fake slide that I've never seen in my life to a 50-plus yard touchdown? I think he would have gained 30-something if he had gone down. He runs, he fake slides, almost looks like he would have. I was very concerned about his right ankle. And then he took off for a touchdown. Have you ever seen a quarterback fake slide? And you said it because I was thinking about Dan Marino or Kenny Pickett, so I'm happy you said that.
He tried to put the knee down and that was awesome.
It was incredible.
That was big.
It was incredible to see something like that happen. Really an awesome play, and I give him a ton of credit for what he did. Is Kenny Pickett the best quarterback in this year's draft coming up, 2022?
I truly think he is.
Okay.
I really do. I mean, the kid can run. The kid's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on the sidelines with him, and I'm not that small.
Yeah.
But I do look small.
Do you feel bad for him if he ends up a Detroit Lion?
Oh, that poor guy.
Because if he ends up a Detroit Lion, I feel like it's going to affect his career because he's going to get sacked about 100 times.
Yeah, that poor guy. That's wishful thinking because you're talking first round.
Right, I'm talking number one pick. Yeah.
Okay.
At this point.
Right. So good.
Good for him if he gets it.
I'd rather see him with the Giants or something. Who are we to say?
Yeah, and the thing is, the Giants, they tried the Daniel Jones thing. It's not working out. Kenny Pickett has obviously shown what he can do. He's playing in New Year's 6. I've been down there to the arena a couple times. I've been in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium down in Atlanta, Georgia. I was there for Alabama FSU. And so I was there for the Chick-fil-A kickoff game a few years back, and I was there the first day of this year with the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between Georgia and Cincinnati, which, if both teams were to win in the college football playoff, would happen again. So, what do you think about? Are you going to go down to Atlanta?
Yeah. I called today. I was at my office. I called to make the reservations today.
Okay.
I had clients coming in and out. So, I've got the number. I've got the contact person. I'll book the room tomorrow.
So for you, when you say that you've got like your people, do you get preferential treatment as an alum? How does it work out? Do you just call up and say, I'm Al Romano, you know what to do?
Well, I'm not going to pay for the ticket if that's what you're asking for.
Okay. I'm just saying, if I happen to be down there because I'm doing the college football playoff, then I could sneak over to Atlanta if you'll have me.
I can get tickets.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Because, I mean, it's a great experience. I know the president and CEO of Peach Bowl Inc., Gary Stokin, and I know Matt over there as well. Great staff that they have for Peach Bowl Inc. that help with the College Football Hall of Fame. They help with the kickoff game. They help with the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. They also help with donating and the golf outing, and they do stuff all year round.
I'm excited about this because it's always two Southern teams.
Yeah.
And not that I'm trying to...
Usually Pitt's in like the New Era Pinstripe Bowl or something like that. Yeah.
Like, exactly.
Yes. Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yeah. I was just excited the whole season. I was very disappointed in Western Michigan.
Yeah.
But Miami, I didn't feel as bad, but it is what it is, and we're going where we're going. But I'm noticing the weather in Buffalo right now.
Yeah.
And my over is not going to work.
If the weather doesn't change up there, you're going to be in trouble.
Oh my God, it's blizzard.
You know who's used to playing in blizzards though is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And he's not on that team anymore. So that's a good thing for the Buffalo Bills because they don't have to worry about the man who was it a forward pass or was it not a forward pass. So.
If it continues the way the weather looks now, if it continues that way, it ain't going to matter.
Yeah.
As far as the passing.
No, and if you're going to have to run the ball, if it comes down to that, honestly, I'm sorry to Bills fans, but I trust Damian Harris and Ramon J. Stevenson on the Patriots more than I trust Zach Moss, who has been invisible, and Devin Singletary, who hasn't really come up. I mean, Buffalo relies more on the pass than they do on the run. So.
Well, they always got digs.
Yeah. So you're going to have to hand Diggs the ball, I guess. I'm saying, just hand it off, let him go.
Singletary, I'm disappointed. I thought we'd see more out of him.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, over these last couple of years, you'd think they tried to kind of restart everything through the draft. They drafted Singletary. They drafted Moss the next year. Moss, this power guy who had over 1,000 yards. The hope is that they would have a 1-2 punch, and it hasn't worked out. They had Frank Gore, who was 115 years old. I mean, really, since Thurman Thomas, it's been quiet outside of, a couple guys here and there doing some things, but no consistency in the Buffalo running game. So if it's going to snow, Singletary and Moss, this will be the time to wake up.
It's going to be a fun game. I have played in this crap, and believe me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if it's not too cold. I don't think it's that cold out there, but
yeah.
It's a ride. I mean, other than the fact that when you think you got a good hit, you slip.
Yeah, that's very true. I slid today walking through Hobby Lobby, and so I turned. You know what? And it's nice to know that the manager there didn't care at all. I turned just turned. My shoe slid, and I caught myself. And the manager's right there, and I looked at my mom and I go, well, it's nice to know that guy cares. He just continued on with his business. He didn't care at all. He was like, you know what? If this guy falls, I guess I'm just going to pretend I didn't see it. I don't know.
Well, if you had an Allen jersey on, something might have mattered.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I got to wear the right stuff. If I walk around with Flutie stuff on and I fall, somebody will catch me. So,
Where did you get that jersey?
This Doug Flutie jersey was given to me by my Aunt Donna back in the day around Flutie time. And she just she goes, I don't know. She goes, I know you're a Jaguars fan, but I saw the Flutie jersey and I felt like it fit you. And Doug Flutie and I got to interview Doug. And I don't get starstruck by anybody in the sports world. I've had over 3,000 people on the show. And when I talked to Flutie, it's one of like 2 times where I was a little bit kind of nervous, and it was more along the lines of the fact that, this guy, he made the NFL as like the everyday Joe, and I think that's why it kind of, like, I felt it. It's like him and Kurt Warner, these guys were just like, bagging groceries or just going about their life, doing their thing. Doug Flutie looked like he could be the lead singer of Journey, and here he is playing football. He barely can see over the line, and doing what he. I mean, Doug Flutie basically showed us that anybody could do it.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that's why it kind of like caught me in the gut a little bit. Is that, you know, you didn't have to be a Bills fan to be a Flutie fan. And I feel the same way about Josh Allen. You don't have to like the Bills to like Josh Allen. I mean, I think he's an incredible athlete. I know this year hasn't been what people want it to be, but I think he's good.
Well, any other team, I wouldn't have the nervousness I do, other than against a Belichick team.
Yeah.
The guy is just, he knows exactly what to do and what circumstances to do it in. He's just got a knack. You know, for years, I used to hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
But I thought I hated the quarterback.
Yeah.
It wasn't him. It was the Patriots that I hated.
Yeah.
I really hated him for years and years. But I never.
Yeah. So it's Belichick. Because he looks like a troll that guards a bridge. Belichick looks like if constipation could ever be a human being. Belichick looks like what constipation would look like as a human. He just always looks pissed. I just look at him like, dude, you've won like 115 Super Bowls. Just smile. Like if I won that many Super Bowls, I think I'd be giddy all the time.
I've heard this a lot. A lot of people didn't like the Patriots, but they put it on. They put it on
Brady.
On Brady all the time.
Yeah.
When Brady went down to Tampa, I said,
Everybody loves him.
but they still hate Belichick.
But they still hate Bill Belichick. Because, and you know what you found out is, like I said at the beginning, hell hath no fury like a Belichick scorn. All he needed to do was see Tom Brady take an obscure team to a Super Bowl and win, for him to go out there and spend money like an ex-wife who got half her pension. I mean, he just started Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, going out on the defensive side. I mean, that man he had signed like 10 people in the first 2 days.
He had everybody back.
You know, and he had 7 to 10 guys that stayed out due to COVID, so then they could all come back. So, I mean, he's jockeying to try and win a Super Bowl, and Buffalo's got 2 shots in him right now. And I tell you, they're 8-4. Buffalo's 7-4 at the time we're talking. And Buffalo's got to, if they win tonight, they take first place, and they got the driver's seat. Buffalo cannot afford to lose this game.
No. Of course, they know that. Right. What sucks. It's just like there's a way to be able to schedule this. What did they play in? 3 more weeks?
Yeah, they play them within a short, and down the stretch. The first time you're playing a divisional opponent is week 12. So I mean, this is kind of a week 12 or week 13 of these, but just a crazy situation to be in. That we're more than half. We're looking at the season's 18 weeks now. We're more than halfway through the season, and these teams have not played each other yet, which is crazy. So it's kind of like, put your hard hat on and be ready. And I like that. So, and I like the fact that I must have a big head for this thing. I think I got it on backwards. I got to wear it like this. There we go. But I mean, it is. It's put the hard hat on, get to work. But I mean, I'm used to seeing the Bills play the Patriots week 6, week 5. This is way too late to start getting into this. Bill Belichick's like, hey, let's get our feet under us. Let's get Hunter Henry comfortable.
It's almost like Belichick already knew what was going to happen.
Oh, he does. If anybody is given preferential treatment, it's the old curmudgeon. So, and I want to say to the NFL Network, I want royalty money, because I've been calling, my buddy who does fantasy football with me has been calling him Darth Vader, and I've been playing the Imperial March when I talk about him. I said at a press conference, when the door opens, they should start playing it, and as soon as he gets up there and goes like this, you got to cut it off. And the guy who doesn't cut it perfectly, he gets fired, and another guy comes in. The NFL Network started saying Imperial March, and he's Darth Vader, and this is like 3 or 4 years after we said it. So, thank you to the NFL Network for watching Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. I appreciate you.
Good luck with the royalties.
I know I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to ask for it. I'm at least going to ask for it. We're here with Al Romano, a national champion with the Pitt Panthers, celebrating Pitt, who's on TV right now. I want to give a shout out to a Central New York native who went to Pitt like you, Servassier Dennis. And Servassier is the one who picked up the Gatorade the whole Gatorade canister, he's the one that dumped it on him. So when you see that picture of the two players that dump it on Narduzzi, number 7, Servassier Dennis, is picking that thing up. So from one Central New York native champion to another, he won an ACC title, you won a national title. Kind of cool to see Servassier out there.
Awesome kid. I met him at the hotel before the game because he had that crazy layover in the hotel, and it's terrible for the you want routine.
Yeah.
Right?
What game did you meet him?
At the hotel before they went 8 and 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I met him like noon, 1 o'clock, and I told him one of the I'd really like to meet him. So
Yeah.
as they were coming out of their meetings, walking down the hall, and we were what a nice kid. Awesome person. Smart kid, too.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
what's he know about me? He doesn't know who I am. But when the guys who were with us told him who I was with the All-American team and all that, very earnest kid.
Yeah.
Nice kid.
Hardworking guy, was playing quarterback for CBA.
Yeah.
Gained weight. Dino refused to recruit him. And so Casey Brown was obviously talking to teams about him. Narduzzi wanted to recruit him. And he goes there, becomes a linebacker. Well, he went to prep school. And he started to build himself up. Became a linebacker. And was the ACC linebacker of the week at the beginning of the season last season. And just, I mean, he's been absolutely undeniably good.
Stud.
Michigan State better be a little concerned. That running back they have, that man who's up there in the country with Sean Tucker, he needs to watch out for Servassier Dennis.
I think we're going to be all right. I think we can throw on them, and that's obviously our forte.
To throw the ball.
But
You got a nice running game too, though. You got some talent back
oh
there.
yeah, we got some running backs who are young, but both
Yeah.
of them are pretty decent. But I think this kid's step is up because he's a year old. How old is the
Kenny Pickett?
No, I know Kenny. Talking about running back from Michigan State.
Michigan State, I think he
Sophomore, junior, or
could be around, I think around a junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he transferred from Wake Forest, and I covered him when he was at Wake.
Right.
So I wanna make sure that I don't misquote myself here. So Kenneth Walker is a, let's see here. Oh, he's born the day before me, October 20th. How about that? So, but he was born a little bit after me here. So Kenneth Walker is a junior. Okay, so I was right. He's a junior. Junior out of Arlington, Tennessee, 5'10". Kenneth Walker III played for Wake Forest. Didn't really. I mean, he was sharing it. He was kind of backing up the guy there. So.
Well, these two backs from Pitt, they're young.
Yeah.
I think one's a freshman. Or redshirt freshman. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, they got some. It's taking some time. Quadri Allison did some good things. Went to the Atlanta Falcons, and since him, there's been kind of a lull in Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you, Pittsburgh, when we were doing what we were doing, they said that Pittsburgh endorsed won the national championship.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. If you look at the scores for the 12 games that we played, our defense averaged 9 points.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. We played a pretty good schedule.
Listen, Tony Dorsett, one of the greatest running backs ever in the history of mankind. But I think at this point he deserves to give his defense a little bit of credit. We called him when we were here the first time we did Off the Rails with Al.
I tell him that all the time.
You deserve it. I'll tell him. But, if he called Penn State some choice words, I don't know what he's going to say if we put him in his place. Called Penn State a word a couple times.
That's part of our DNA now.
What do you think about James Franklin getting an extension?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. I have no respect for it, man. I really don't.
How come?
Yes. He's arrogant to the point where I don't think he can cash those checks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I just don't like it. I don't like his attitude. I've met him personally.
Your hand can't cash the checks that your mouth spoke? Okay, all right.
And he's a talker.
Okay. A lot of guys like to play for him, and they like to get recruited by him. I know at least that's been the history. I don't know if that's held up the last couple of years, but, you know, historically, they liked him even through the Sandusky thing.
I did one of these from a guy. I mentioned him to
You talked to me about it.
Yeah.
You asked me if it was okay if you did it. So,
Well, it was that's a Penn State guy that has his
Yeah.
podcast. And then when he asked me, well, what do you think? Unfortunately, I didn't know I was going to be in it.
yeah,
So I'm with my guys, and we're having a few drinks.
yeah.
When we finally got to the microphone, they were talking Penn State this, Penn State that, Penn State this. And finally, they came right out and said, well, what do you think? I went, Penn State. That's it.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. I heard this shit when I was in college, and we whooped their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the end of
Do you
it.
think that Pitt and Penn State should be perennial non-conference? Two sides of the state? Would you like to see it? I think Doozer would give him hell. Doozer's not afraid of anybody, I'll tell you that much. Pat Narduzzi is not afraid of anybody. And he wears a suit like any good mob Italian guy. That, whoever his tailor is that did that blue pinstripe subtle suit with the brown shoes at the ACC kickoff, Pat Narduzzi and I have known each other since he got hired at Pitt, and I got to tell you, the suit that he wore, I wanted to wear that suit. I want that in my size. I'm a 40 regular.
I didn't see it.
I got a video of it. I'll send it to you.
See,
I'm a 40 regular, Doozer. 40 regular slim cut.
When I call him, I'm going to give him shit about it.
When you call Doozer, let him know that you know me. Tell him Dan Tortora, because we've always been good.
I'll be talking to him probably this week.
Okay, we need to work something out with him. I know he's a busy man, but you know, he gives me time. We've talked on God knows how many phone calls, so I love talking to Pat Narduzzi. Yeah, let him know. Tell him that Dan Tortora guy, teleconference ACC kickoff. Let him know. But I'm a big fan of his. I really am. I think he's done a great job as a coach. I'll tell you what. He came into the ACC the same time Syracuse came in, Pitt came in. Pitt looks like they've been there 100 years. Syracuse looks like they're the little brother that just showed up. Sad.
But I feel that way about us as well. I mean, we may fit better, but I'm telling you, it's different.
I mean, you got the better division right now because nobody in the Coastal has been a dominant threat. But, you know, Pitt has gotten progressively better nationally. That's not just the ACC. I mean, they schedule out of conference games, they play on the road, and they win. They go to bowl games, and they hang tough. So, you know, I think Pitt's in the better division than Syracuse. But at the same time, you know, I don't think Pitt's an easy out to anybody anymore. I don't think you schedule Pitt to beat them up at all.
These two classes coming up, because I was talking to a lot of the alumni, and they said that Narduzzi had a couple of years back to back of recruiting that. But how do you replace Pickett?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, you know, and he didn't have somebody like that before. He had some talent, but Kenny Pickett's been there for like 100 years. So,
He's a 5-year veteran.
and I asked him why he decided to come back, and he wanted. There was more for him to do. He wanted to get better. It says something about a kid who decided to come back after everything. You know, could have gotten injured. And he wanted to come back. He wanted to be with this team. Says something about Narduzzi. Says something about Pitt. Says something about the fans. Says something about the community. And look at him now. He comes back. They win an ACC title. They got double-digit regular season wins. He's going to a New Year's Six bowl. He's improved his draft stock. There may be no quarterback better than him in the draft. Kenny Pickett's in fine positioning. He's one game away. I mean, he's already proven himself, I think, in his draft stock, and now he's one game away of making himself arguably maybe a top 10 pick.
I believe he can be. Look at the difference just in 2 years. I mean, he's phenomenal. I mean, he's worked on it. Because I don't think he was as accurate 2 years ago or even last year.
I don't think he was relevant 2 years ago.
No.
And you know what? I'll say this, and I'm good with it, because I was good with it last year. This whole Sam Howell, North Carolina, he's a Heisman Trophy hopeful. When he played Syracuse in the first game of the season last year on the road, I watched that game because media couldn't go because of COVID. And I'm watching that game, and I said to myself, what does anybody see in Sam Howell? I know it was the first game of the season, but 60 yards, 64 yards. They ran the ball in the second half. That's how they won with Javonte Williams and Michael Carter, who are now 2 starters on their respective teams, the Broncos and the Jets, outside of injury. And I'm looking at that going, he didn't do anything in that game. He didn't impress me in that game. Syracuse's defense was strong. Sam Howell was obsolete. He wasn't even there. And then this year, there's no Sam Howell either. So for 2 years, I'm hearing Heisman Sam Howell. Nobody's talking to me about how good Kenny Pickett is. And I'm looking at Kenny Pickett right now, and I think Kenny Pickett should be sitting there in New York with a suit on come Heisman time. I think he deserves to be
I
there.
do too. I absolutely believe in him.
If you or I played for Alabama right now, we'd be sitting there.
We're talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody's talking about Desmond Ritter. I mean, some people are, but Desmond Ritter in Cincinnati, he decided to come back. He's been fantastic. You know, I think when we look at the college football playoff and we look at the 4 quarterbacks, I think that if you think Alabama's the best, then Ritter's number 2 from Cincinnati. That man is a game changer.
It's always an Alabama player somewhere.
Yeah.
And I really think that this is our time, and I think that Pickett can back it up. So, I mean, just like you said, 2 years ago, he was a kid who was struggling, throwing interceptions, getting sacks. I think that extra year really made a big difference.
I vote in the ACC preseason poll. So I vote for all the awards by position, and I vote for the order of finish, and I vote for the ACC championship and the winner. I did not, and I'll say this. I'm not going to lie, because I put my votes up there. I don't hide them from anybody. If they want to see them, I'll tell them. Nobody there with me that voted in the ACC preseason poll. Not a single person voted Pitt. Not a single one. Now, do I think that they're better than other people thought? Yeah, because I'm convinced that the majority of the media in the ACC focuses from the Carolinas out. And that was proven. The last time 3 years ago when Pitt made the ACC championship game, they didn't have any one of the defensive players voted up to the first team. North Carolina had multiple players voted there. They won 2 or 3 games that year. You got the bottom of the barrel North Carolina, and people are saying their defense is good, and nobody thinks Pitt's better than a third team, all defense. So, you know, I think people don't do their homework on Pitt and Syracuse and Boston College because it's a Carolina conference. But you can't deny that Pitt's strong. You can't deny what they've done with Kenny Pickett. I think that he's been great. But I'll tell you, the ACC media, when Syracuse or Pitt steps up to the podium, everybody goes to the bathroom except for me. And I sat there with Kenny Pickett, and I'm eating that up. I'm going, all right, I'm going to ask Doozer a couple questions. I'm going to get to talk to Kenny. I loved it. I sat front row right in front of them. They see me, and I know the media is not going to be there for Pitt. So I just camp out, and I ask questions all day long. And I'm so happy I got to talk to Kenny Pickett, because as he's getting better and better and better, in my brain I'm going, I got to talk to that young man at the beginning of the year, and I can always go back to that time together. And I can talk to Pat Narduzzi. So I'm really happy for Pittsburgh. I know it's taboo for Syracuse, but listen, talent respects talent. I respect those guys. I like to consider myself a broadcaster that's impartial, and in my impartiality, I think that Pitt's one of the most fun teams to watch. Narduzzi's gotten better. He could have been fired like a bunch of other guys that came out there to the ACC. I love what he's done. I love what Kenny Pickett's done. I love that he came here to Central New York and got Servassier Dennis right under Baber's nose. We didn't care about the kid. So, you know, as long as Pitt recruits here, they get good guys, they work their butts off, and they don't believe in failure, and they'll play anybody that's in front of them. I have nothing bad to say about Pittsburgh right now, and any real fan, Syracuse or not, should be able to look me in the eye and say, listen, Pitt's in a lot better place than Syracuse. They've acclimated to the ACC a lot faster, and Pitt is one of those teams that you don't want to play anymore.
Well, I mean, it doesn't work this way, but they should be happy for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really look at the way Syracuse played the middle of their schedule, they played everybody tough.
They did.
They played
Syracuse
tough.
should have been at least 8-4 this year. There was a lot of coaching mistakes this year.
I agree.
And there's 13 players in the transfer portal as we speak from Syracuse. So you got to make up for the guys that left, plus the 13 transfers, plus the 20-some-odd recruits. So Dino's got to arguably recruit about 40 players to come in this year.
It ain't going to happen.
That's almost half a team.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Because you know what I mean? You got almost 90 scholarships. You got to recruit 40.
Are they keeping Tucker?
That's a question. You know, I honestly, having spoken with Tucker all season long last season, having sat with him after the game and talked with him, he refuses to wear 44. He said, I'm wearing 34. I made a name for it myself. I'm not wearing it if they gave it to me. This is my question, and I pose this to any Syracuse fan, and I don't say that. Listen, this is my hometown, but I say this. Sean did everything for the program. What can the program do for him? They're not going to get him a Heisman. They're not going to get him to be the top running back in America. They're not going to get him to a college football playoff. They're not going to get him to a bowl game. So if he's the all-time leading rusher for Syracuse in a single season, he passed Floyd Little, Joe Morris, Larry Zonka, Ernie Davis, Jim Brown, everybody. He's at the top right now, plus 100 yards. And he broke the record that was 40-some-odd years old. What else can Syracuse do for Sean Tucker? Sean Tucker did for them. What can they do for him? And what will a sitting duck, Dino Babers, who's going to get fired after this year, what is he going to do for him? I mean, in all honesty, I think Sean Tucker's waiting until after the bowl season to maybe potentially make a move. And I don't want to say that, but I have to be an honest broadcaster.
I know, but I think he's young, and I don't think he realizes.
He's got 3 years left because he's a double freshman. He's got 3 years. But if he goes somewhere right now that really needs a running back that's got a shot, I'm just saying, I mean,
What's the time frame?
he can go whenever he wants to.
Well, I thought there was a time frame.
Well, I mean, I think
Such a.
he's probably, I mean, he's got a period. Well, listen, he's immediately eligible like anybody else. But all I ask is, what can Syracuse do for Sean Tucker?
Get some better linemen.
But they can't get him a Heisman.
No.
If he did what he did somewhere else right now, he would have been.
You're saying
What I'm saying is
individually could they do for him?
I'm saying individually, and Dino's track record is that he can't get guys in the NFL. So if Sean Tucker doesn't have a road to the NFL, doesn't have national exposure, will never win a Heisman or running back of the year, what can Syracuse do for him? I'm thinking about him.
I agree, but you're still. I think part of it's the confidence.
And then after the season, he goes on to social media, and normally he tells social media, this is the score, this is what I liked about my game, this is what I didn't like. He came on this time, he said, I didn't like the play calling, but I don't call the play. He said, I don't like the outcome of the game, nor the play calling, but I don't call the plays. He challenged the coaching staff twice.
That's not right.
As a former player, what do you think about him publicly saying that he's against the coaching staff?
How can you possibly have respect for that coach? They're not going to think the same of him.
And then they end up firing the coach right after he says it.
Right.
So does that mean that Sean Tucker has control?
No.
Just asking.
I mean, he's a freshman.
Sterling Gilbert was only here 2 years. And he was heralded as an offensive fantastic hire when he came in, and now everybody hates the guy.
I saw these guys play their asses off. They won 5 games. It's not like they lost.
Right.
They won 5 games.
But I arguably blame Dino for Florida State. I blame Dino for Wake Forest. I blame Dino for
Florida State.
I blame Dino for Clemson. There's 3 games in a row I blame Dino for. Easily.
So you're telling me you like him?
I'm telling you that he needs to take responsibility, and he didn't. He blamed his players during the season, and that's cowardice. That's cowardice. Him and I have mutual respect. We've worked well together. I think that, you know, he respects me, I respect him. I'm just calling a spade a spade. When you screw up, stop taking bonuses and start blaming yourself for some of this stuff. He's gotten 2 raises going 6-17 in 2 years before this season. If I'm Dino Babers, if they're giving me a raise, I'm putting it into the facilities. I'm putting it in to go finding a coach. How do you have a season without a special teams coordinator? That's a third-year team. How does he not hire a coach? Nobody wants to coach with him? And let me ask you a question. If you're a special teams coordinator or an offensive coordinator and he calls you up, why would you take a job here knowing he's going to get fired?
It's true. It's true.
Dino's in a horror. People don't want to coach with him now. Why do they want to coach with him when they know he's going?
My question is,
how do you keep this guy knowing that the fan base...
Who is out there? There's a good head coaches, the slim pickings right now.
I understand that.
Who is out there that
you go to an alum, you go to Terry Richardson, you go to David Walker. I mean, hell, you call Pasqualoni and beg him for forgiveness and say, before you die, can you come here for 3 years?
He would be a great. I love Paul.
You know that Paul has tried to retire about 100 times and somebody calls him. Boston College, UConn, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Texans.
He's with the Dolphins. Who's he with now?
He just took a job after he stopped.
No, I saw him. Is he with the Dolphins?
He may be back in the
I
NFL.
think he's back with the Dolphins.
Oh, and he was with the Lions. He was also with the Lions. So I forgot to mention that one. He was with the Lions. But yeah, I mean, this is a guy who I tell you, the only institution in America that didn't know that Paul Pasqualoni was a good hire was Syracuse. The NFL knew it. UConn for a while knew it. BC liked it. Paul Pasqualoni could call. He could coach high school, college, or pro right now, and he's got somebody that'll take it. You know that man had 11 winning seasons, 1 losing season, and 2 6-6.
And they fired him.
And now if Syracuse gets to 6-6, they're treated like they did something good.
They did that. I don't know what it is about the universities. We bring one of our own in, Dave Wannstedt.
Yeah. Well, how about that? He got fired.
He was not.
Then he got let go here when Pasqualoni was let go, and then he went to Pitt and stayed with Pitt until they let go of Wannstedt. So he stayed all the way through Pasqualoni when Pasqualoni hired him, and he stayed with Wannstedt until the day that Wannstedt was fired. And you know what Walker said? Because Walker believed in staying to see it through.
That's a long time.
He stayed with Wannstedt.
Yeah.
And, you know, so you talk about you can't believe Pasqualoni was fired. When Dave Wannstedt was fired, I remember looking at the thing going, Syracuse, you should probably call that guy. I mean, because Wannstedt went to the NFL. I mean, I remember Wannstedt, there was a question when I was at Dolphins camp, was he going to go, I mean, there was all of these, could he go back to the NFL? Could he make it here? Dave Wannstedt is a guy that I thought was unfireable.
So did we.
I thought Coach Mack, Paul Pasqualoni.
We had an AD Peterson, his name was.
Yeah.
Now, he came in from, I think it was Nebraska. Okay? He comes in, first thing he does, he wants to put his own little tattoo on. He changes the script, which has been us for forever.
Did it go back now to what you like?
Yeah, we made sure. We went right back to the script.
I mean, is that what you like?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This right
That
here.
was on our helmet.
So, because now they have that weird-looking cougar cat, or panther thing.
Well, yeah, but on the helmet we have.
But do you like the light blue and you like royal blue and the light yellow?
Well, the uniforms we're playing now are very close to what we want.
Okay.
The blue
Kind of look like the old Steelers logos.
blue is a little bit, maybe a little bit darker.
Okay.
Not as much royal.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't mind it. It looks good on TV.
You know what? It pops on TV.
Tell me, I think it's.
I gotta say, I thought it was too bright. I thought it was kind of neon-y. But now that you watch it on TV, I can see. All I can say is maybe Servassier made it look good.
You watch TV across the room like we're watching it now. You can read every player's number in the Pitt uniform.
They got the same colors as the Rams.
Yeah.
They look like the Rams. So we're here with Al Romano, Off the Rails with Al, a product of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. We're on site on location at Pizza Man Pub, 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville. We got a ton of Bills stuff. I want to throw some Bills stuff out here to some Bills fans. We have Josh Allen shirts here. We got some Josh Allen stuff. We got a ton of Josh Allen shirts. So I'm gonna throw some things out here. So I want everybody. I'm throwing some stuff out here. I'm gonna throw out some. Oh, we went a little bit low on that. We got some other stuff that we can throw out here. We'll throw that out to you as well. We got a Pizza Man here. Yeah.
got a pizza man.
You got a Pizza Man one?
I
Throw
don't
that?
want to be greedy.
So we got plenty more stuff that we can toss out here. We got a ton of koozies. We got T-shirts everywhere. Leave those. Let's go with these. We got a bunch of these over here. So we can throw these out as we go. If some people need some other sizes and whatnot. These are some really nice shirts.
Nice shirts. Josh Allen shirts.
Can we show these? Some really, really nice Josh Allen apparel here. This is some great apparel. That's all right. You got to have something to wear every day of the year if you're a Bills fan. You want something large? Okay. All right, let's see what we got here.
There's a double X. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
That I meant, Dad, because...
Take care of the fat guy.
Okay. Hold on, here it is here.
We got a double X here?
Hold on.
You got it?
It's hard to read that.
It's hard for you to read this, isn't it?
It's hard for me, you read it.
All right, we got it. This is a good
Double X.
Is this a double? No, this isn't a double XL. Come on.
No, I knew it wasn't a triple.
Either way.
This is a small L.
I'll take all the small.
Hey, put these two together.
It won't even fit his great name.
We can throw this one out here. We can give you this one. This is a Josh Allen one. We can send that one out to you. So I don't want to hit your beer there. So, but yeah, so we have plenty of stuff here to give away for the Bills. The Bills are playing the Patriots tonight. For the Bills, I know people are going to trickle in the closer we get to the game because we got an hour or so to go. But can I hear from the Bills Mafia right now? Can I get some cheers from Bills Mafia right now?
Right there. Bill needs a
This
shirt.
is a perfect timing right
Bill needs a
there.
shirt right there.
All right. I got to hear from. Look at that. We got a Cowboys fan in the building right now.
Let's go.
We got a Raiders fan here.
Ask him if he wants to talk to Dosette.
Yeah, there you go. But you got a Cowboys fan in here, and there was that stretch of 4 Super Bowls for the Bills. It's a tough world to live in here. But there's an XL. Okay, did we give you the right one, or you're good? All right. So we got more here. Got more Bills stuff to give away. So we'll be throwing this out to people as they trickle in. But Pizza Man Pub, awesome place here. The Bills backers come to Pizza Man to watch the games. They got an awesome group of Bills fans here. There's a Facebook group, Bills Backers. So I want to shout out the Bills Backers. I want to shout out Bills Mafia. I want to shout out all the Bills fans in Central and Upstate New York. They come out to Pizza Man. They watch the games all the time. We get to be with them here tonight because it's Monday Night Football. We came here at 6 o'clock to give them 2.5 hours to drink, is what we did. We wanted them to drink before they got into the game, but I got to put my food order in soon. But I'm so excited that we're here with the Bills fans. I'm telling you, like, growing up and watching, I saw Jim Kelly, and now I get to see Josh Allen and all that, which is great. Did you get a T-shirt? You got a shirt? Okay. So, but this is, I mean, it is. It's an awesome experience. I love seeing Bills fans happy. I love seeing them winning. But this, I mean, this is the Super Bowl right now. This game right now is the Super Bowl. As far as I'm concerned, Bills fans are treating this thing like, I mean, this is everything. If you lose this game, it could affect the wild card, winning the division, playoffs in general. If you win this game, you're in the driver's seat. This game is a pinnacle crossroad of the NFL.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. The fact that they got to play, what, is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks beyond this?
It's just a few weeks from now. I think it's
that's all
maybe
they
3
got.
weeks.
But this one's the big one.
This one is huge, and then they got another shot. But here's the thing: after you get this shot, you don't know a couple weeks from now where the Patriots are going to be. This is the thing: the Patriots are in first place. You lose to the Patriots, they take off in a couple weeks. You might not catch them. You beat the Patriots, you retake first place, and now
Pressure's on them.
the pressure's on the Patriots. Bills win, pressure's on the Patriots. Patriots win, pressure's on the Bills. But when was the last time you saw a quarterback play for Buffalo, especially last year, and it's 4th and whatever, 2 minutes left in a game, and he's in front of the end zone, and I'm sitting here going, besides Jim Kelly, I'm watching the game going, 4th and 10 from the 20, the guy's going to throw a touchdown. I believe in Josh Allen at the end of the game, and I can't say that about any other quarterback between Jim Kelly and him. I mean, Flutie did some things, but Flutie wasn't Jim Kelly.
No, and I'll tell you what, I think Josh Allen at this point is better than Kelly was. I think he's more accurate.
Yeah, you think he is?
I don't know if he's got the arm he does.
We had to get another shirt out there. Yeah, I gave him an XL. Gave him an XL. So we threw him out there. But yeah, to the Bills fans that are watching here on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt and on Wake Up Call on Facebook, facebook.com/wakeupcalldt. I want to let you know if you come out to Pizza Man, we got plenty of swag to give away. I don't want to keep any of this stuff. I want to give it away because whatever we get to keep, we're gonna. Al and I are gonna sell on eBay. This is what we're gonna do. These shirts are too nice.
These are excellent.
They're soft.
You know, I have to tell you, the girl from...
These are shirts that would be at Dick's for like $35.
The girl that brought them in was from the Labatt's Blue. Yes, she was here and she dropped off the shirts. Nice shirts. Exactly.
We got more koozies here from Bud Light.
And she likes to drink Labatt's too, she told me.
Pardon me, not Bud Light, Blue Light. Don't want to mess that up. We got some great stuff. Look at this. I mean, listen, if I was a kid and I came to a restaurant and they were throwing out free T-shirts for Josh Allen, I'd be eating all this stuff up right now. We got a whole box of koozies. We got all this stuff. Any Bills fan, this is Merry Early Christmas to the Bills Mafia and to the Bills backers. We are Santa right now, and we're just throwing things out and trying to show you love. I think the Cowboys fan should take some Bills stuff and go sell it.
I want the hard hat.
He wants the hard hat. I think you. There you go.
Is that his?
Does this belong to you?
Yes.
This is yours? Okay, it's not yours. Okay.
Oh, then whose is
This
this?
is. These are yours. Okay. So we can't give away the hard hats.
All right.
We'll get in trouble. We can't do that.
All right.
So
We got to figure out how to get him something else. What else?
we got to throw some other stuff out at him. XL?
XL? All right.
You got an XL right
here.
there? Can you toss it? You want me to toss it?
Yeah, you toss it.
I'll toss it. All right. Fair enough.
Now, if she catches it, don't be bitching at me, okay?
So,
I tried, right? That's all
so
that matters.
what shirt did we give you? We gave you here.
Oh, I already have.
You got a red one? Okay.
I'm
What?
honest.
Do you have one?
No.
You don't have a. Well, then what are we doing here? We're trying to give you stuff too. Come
He
on.
has one.
This is Christmas. Come early. Take the clothes that we're throwing
He's
at
not
you.
even a Bills fan. Take it back. Take it back.
He's wearing red right now. He's not a Bills fan?
You're not a Bills fan?
Ridiculous.
He doesn't even watch football. He's like, what's football? Is that when you kick a ball around with your foot?
Oh my
More
goodness.
Bills games than they have put together.
Okay.
We got
He went to
koozies. We
Nashville
got,
for the game.
okay. We got stuff here. Yes, we'll get you a shirt. Give you a shirt. Give you a koozie.
Can I have a red one?
You want a red one?
there a
Yes,
red
we'll give
one
you a red one. Yeah.
What do you got for
We'll
red?
give you a red. Let's see what we got. Take that one from us. We'll see if that one works for you. Check that one.
That one's adorable.
We got all. You good with that? All
That's a
right.
good one. Cool. Thank
Josh
you,
Allen, you're
guys.
welcome. Absolutely. We are here to give to the Bills. That's what we're here for. The Bills fans all day.
The Bills need this. You know what? That just makes Buffalo proud. It makes New York proud.
Nobody circles the wagons better, right?
Right? No, and you know what? There's no blue or green coming out of New York, so we need the red out of Buffalo.
Well, let's be real about it. There's not 3 New York teams. There's one. One team plays in Buffalo. The other 2 play in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And we all know how New Yorkers feel about New Jersey.
That's right.
So there's one team in America that plays in the state of New York, and that is Buffalo. So, and that's where my dog came from. That's where Lily came from. So there's some good things that come out of Buffalo. Lily's one of them. So let's talk about the Buffalo game. Do you think that Buffalo can correct course tonight in the snow, or are you concerned that the Patriots are kind of doing that weird thing right now, which is sneakily get to first place? What are your thoughts?
You know what? If it was anyone, I'm talking from the Chiefs, anyone else,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be nervous for the Bills.
Okay.
But Belichick I don't know what the hell that he does it better.
He
than
made a deal with the devil. He drinks the blood of
He
babies.
does.
I mean, there's something about that.
Yeah, I mean, Belichick may have that guy with a camera up in the upper.
Look at this. Week 7 through 12, turnover margin plus 13. point margin per game, 24.7.
Oh, Jesus. What a difference.
The man's been uncanny, but this is the time for Buffalo to make a move. Buffalo's going to have to get it done here tonight. There can be no other and I love that it's snowing. We talked about Kurt Warner. I love the Kurt's there.
Kurt Warner.
50 mile an hour plus.
All right, so
Gus, okay.
who's got the better running game?
It's pretty even. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they're both not.
Patriots got a little bit of an advantage. They got an
I would
advantage.
say the Patriots got an advantage on the
Yeah,
ground.
the Patriots got an advantage on the ground for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We'd stay
Statistically, they do.
We'd stay watching, but we bowl for Pizza Man, so we got to
Oh, you got to go bowl? All right. Did everybody at this table get something though? Did we treat y'all right? You guys good?
I already got what I need.
You want a
I don't
koozie?
need any of that
All right. I'm gonna frisbee the koozie.
Hold on. Oh, okay. You guys are leaving. We're handing out the NFL footballs.
Well, I mean,
Shut up.
Did you get? You good? Everybody's good? All right. To the Bills fans, the Cowboys fan is leaving. He's leaving.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
He's going away.
Back. If you have a
What?
adult small, I'll take one.
Do we? Yeah, we do. Right here. There you go. Yeah. Well. All right. Hold on.
A medium.
Do we have a medium? I don't know if we have a medium. But I want you to take a picture with your Cowboy shirt on, holding your Bills shirt as well.
My hand's getting burned.
All right, let's see here. This is a small. I don't know if we have a medium for this. Could this be a medium? I don't know.
This will work.
Al makes me read all these. Yeah, that's going to be good. That'll stretch a little bit too. You'll be good with it. Can we take a picture? I'm taking a picture. I'm doing it.
No. Hold it over the star.
All right, we're going to take a picture right now. You got it?
You notice that's white, right?
There you go. There you go. Got the Norwood right there. Uh-oh. You're welcome. Y'all have a great night. Do well out there bowling for Pizza Man. Do justice for us. Let's go Pizza Man. So, final note. We'll talk about, we'll do a Bills prediction in a couple minutes. But a final note here. You want to throw this? Right here? All right. We got these.
Hey, you need a couple of these over
Gotta
there.
take care of you. There we go. Take care of the lovely lady here. Thank you. Y'all have a good night. Take care of yourself. We got this for the gentleman wearing the Josh Allen jersey. What? There you go. Apparently I know how to frisbee things. Maybe I can be an ultimate frisbee player. So, before we talk about Bill's prediction, college football playoff, I'm ecstatic. I was in Cincinnati. I've been banging the drum for Cincinnati and the American all year. They made it. The committee finally did the right thing for once. I don't have any complaints. They gave them Alabama as I thought they would. I picked the entire top four, and I'm so happy for Cincinnati. So, thoughts on the college football playoff?
No, I'm happy too. I thought they were really going to give Cincinnati a real screwing. That team is, they're a force. They're a good team. And they should be where they are.
So I'm really, really excited for them. More to come up with Cincinnati this week. The commissioner of the American Athletic, Mike Oresco, who's a good friend, he'll be on the show this week. Chris Heidel will be talking with me about it. Wake Up Call, the show you're seeing right now is Off the Rails with Al, an extension of Wake Up Call. My show is Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. on Facebook.com/WakeUpCallDT, YouTube.com/WakeUpCallDT, and on MixLR.com/WakeUpCallDT. And you can find more at WakeUpCallDT.com, including everything about Pizza Man and links right back here and how to order online. So make sure you check out my morning show.
We should talk more about Pizza Man.
We should talk about Pizza Man. Because I'm extremely hungry right now. I've been watching people eat all night. And I'm going to order about 3 things when we're done here because I've been smelling food all night long. So I'm definitely going to order food. What do you want to say about Pizza Man before we hop out?
Well, when Jimmy and I first started Pizza Man, we just had half of this building to use.
Yeah.
And, we had 2 young kids, and like Jim and I had jobs, and we would come in after work, and we were killing ourselves. But the product from the beginning was superior. We made our own sauces, we made our own doughs, we made our own sausage and sauce, and it's gotten better and better. His boys have taken over, and there's nobody better. He's got the most awesome family. When I talk about families that I would want mine more like, it's these boys right here.
Yeah. So shout out to all the kids. Shout out to, Jimmy and Luke are here all the time.
Yep.
And
Matt's in Vegas.
Matt's in Vegas. And then
Yeah. Who?
Jimmy Carroll, everything.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and every time the Jim goes, he says he's going to get me a Vegas Knights hat because they're my second favorite hockey team behind the Ducks. And he's got the nicest Vegas Knights hat. He never gets my hat for me.
Well,
Touch back home, you don't get
I
it.
That's true.
I think I can call him and make this happen.
I think we can both call him.
Well, because I'll burn the place down, that's all.
There you go. Take the money for it. So, Pizza Man, very excited about the food. The lemon pepper wings, extra crispy, nothing better. Lou Williams has lemon peppers, and so does Pizza Man. And I love that they have lemon peppers because I can always play the lemon pepper freestyle from Drake when I promote it. So.
You know what's nice? My wife likes the thin crust pizza, and they do a traditional pizza, which I love.
Yeah.
I ordered a
Did you eat already?
margarita pizza.
Yeah.
And they put that nice thin crust in there. It was. Isn't it good? It was awesome.
Did you eat already?
No.
Can we eat after this?
Yeah. Well, we're going to. We're going to.
I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat. It's gonna be inappropriate how
That's
much I
another
eat.
thing. I did have shared with my friend David order a bang bang shrimp. Those are good.
But are you gonna eat with me after?
Well, hell yeah.
Okay. Because friends break bread
I can
together.
eat.
So can I.
Yeah, I can
All right.
eat.
Final note. Bills score. Bills Patriots. You're gonna give your score. I'm gonna give my score.
What do you think?
You're going first.
I think because of that weather,
Yeah.
I'm going on the under.
What are you gonna say? Like 17-10? What are you picking?
I'm playing that safe. Well, what is the over? It's
About 40 and a half.
40 and a half.
Yeah, you dropped out. You dropped from 44 with the weather.
wow.
Okay.
27-14 Bills. Let's go.
There we go.
14-17 Bills.
I like that.
It's the old
We got 17-14. What was your score?
27-14.
27-14, 17-14,
24-10.
24-10,
Wow.
21-17.
21-17. Everybody's staying in like that low 20s, high teen region for the most part.
Well, I hope Belichick hears you.
That's right. 10 points. That's all you get.
Okay. So what are you saying?
If this calms down seriously, I'm thinking 31-17.
It's the coldest game, Mac.
I hope so.
And
I
here's the
hope
thing:
so.
don't forget, and I know this from going to the Jacksonville game. I respected Josh Allen's arm in Wyoming. Don't forget this man can run. He ran 8 carries for 100 yards against Jacksonville when they had Ramsey and Telvin Smith in the
anybody
crew.
writing this down?
Not here.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the mind.
I
So
thought
you're
it was on the podcast.
The only one I remember is giving the Belichick 10 points.
so you're saying 31-17? All right. I'm gonna say
Hold on, I thought you already said.
I didn't say yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna say 24-21 Bills. Last second field goal.
Wow.
I like
20,
it.
24-21.
I don't like it, but I like it.
What was that?
31-17 Buffalo.
Okay, so
I like those
you're
numbers.
going with Al Romano up here.
I'm loving it. There we go.
All right. I want to make sure everybody in the room gets it. So let me shout it out. Do we got the score down there?
26-22 Bills.
26-22 to win, and I'm ready to take my score here. So you can text him and see what he says. With that being said, college football playoff, Pitt, Syracuse, and of course the Buffalo Bills. You heard all of it right here on Off the Rails with Al. We're here all throughout the year with Al Romano, myself, Dan Tortora. We appreciate you being here, hanging out with us. We hope you have a fantastic night. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Nobody circles them wagons like the Buffalo Bills. And Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You know where to be. Thank you to the Bills fans. Thank you to Pizza Man Pub. We hope you have a great night. Fans, we're excited to watch the game with you. Now Al and I have to go eat.
Yes.
Please drink responsibly like any Bills fans do. They're the drunkest fans of it in America, I think they were voted.
Most
That,
responsible.
most responsibly intoxicated.
No, most responsible.
So
They travel the best, apparently.
yeah, so there you go. But I don't think anybody's breaking a table here tonight like they do in the parking lot.
Yeah, right.
We're waiting
Can if
for
you
minutes with
wanted
that table.
to.
What'd you say?
We're